Hello, I'm Mark Chalero, the owner of MS Classic Cars. Today I'm sitting behind the wheel of an absolutely beautiful 1986 Porsche 944 Turbo with 33,662 miles to the exact. This particular vehicle is one of the best examples I've ever seen at MS Classic Cars. We've had some absolutely spectacular Porsches dating back into the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. We even just recently sold an absolutely beautiful 2002 996, which was a turbo with extremely low mileage on Bring a Trailer. So again, we've had some beautiful cars that have come through the dealership over the years. And I've made part of my collection. Speaking of Bring a Trailer, we actually sold about a year ago a beautiful example. It was a 1986 944 Turbo. It had about 22,000 miles on it. I had bought it from the original owner. It was a beautiful, beautiful car, did very well on Bring a Trailer. Since I sold that vehicle over the last year, I've been searching for another example that would be comparable to that car. I finally found one. This is an absolutely stunning car. To say, once again, this is one of the best examples out there is a very true statement. After this video, we're going to do a outside exterior presentation. I'm going to use a paint meter to document all the original paint. And then after that video, we're going to do a driving video of this car, which will demonstrate how all the interior features work as they should, and then of course we'll be driving it and so forth. So to get into the history of this particular car, like all the vehicles at MS Classic Cars, I included a brand new binder. I've put everything in date order and have it all set up in here. The first thing I always do in these binders is I put the service document. We actually service every vehicle we sell. We document it to show people what was done, so that invoice is included in here. This is a Car Fax report. We are a Car Fax dealer, so of course I printed this report here. It clearly shows no accidents, no damage reported to Car Fax. It does show the ownership history. Very important to know that this vehicle was a one-owner vehicle until late 2019. It's a great story. I'll go over that in a minute. Again, this documents all of the information here, and included with the sale, it's not common that you find this much paperwork with a car. The last car we had was spectacular, but it did not have this much paperwork. So we have things like the original window sticker, the addendum to the window sticker. We have the build sheet, inspection sheet from the factory that was found in the car. We actually have the purchase order here when it was new. We have the insurance policy. We have the odometer statement. We even have what's called a get ready slip from the dealership when they were getting it ready to process when it was sold. We have the original loan contracts. We have some recall notices, campaigns, and so forth. We even have the documentation of when it was sold to the second owner. And then, of course, we have all of these receipts, which, again, I put in date order from the beginning all the way to the end. Everything is really, really laid out here. So this is a car that is fully documented. It even has all the original owner's manuals and things of that nature. We have presented everything within our photo gallery, so make sure to check that out. So to talk about this story real quick, this gentleman here who lived in California, he actually purchased the car directly at the Sunnyvale Porsche dealership in Sunnyvale, California. And he actually had this car up until the end of 2019. He decided to sell the car, so he put it on consignment at a classic car dealership. Within literally a very short time frame, the car was sold to a gentleman who lived in Charleston, South Carolina, who I actually let me take that back. He lived in Daniel Island, South Carolina. He actually had it serviced, this is what I was looking at a second ago, in Charleston, South Carolina. But anyway, he bought the car in late 2019. He bought it kind of as an investment, something that he thought he was going to, enjoy occasionally. But once he got the car, he realized how spectacular the condition was. He was actually afraid to drive the car, so he said that he decided to list it for sale. During his ownership, he did replace the battery. He added some new custom floor mats, which look spectacular. And he did have a service on the car done, which was in June of 2020, which included the timing belt replacement. And then, of course, he did an oil change. He used some great oil, the correct filter, and so forth. He invested like $1,100 in that service. So the car has always been serviced. It was recently serviced, obviously in June, which is, again, all documented. When we serviced the vehicle here, which gets back to that beginning invoice that I was going over here, we went through the vehicle as well and completely serviced it. Most of the work that we did was to the air conditioning system. We actually converted it to the new current system, so it blows ice cold. We'll demonstrate that in our driving video as well. The other thing that I wanted to point out here is it does have some original paperwork that is included. Dealership paperwork in regards to brochures and advertising literature, like this item here, which is all included with the car. And it does have a Porsche Certificate of Authenticity, which was actually ordered by the second owner, the gentleman that I bought the car from, which clearly documents what this car was when it was new. It did have the US standard emissions. It had the block punk radio, which is still in the car now, which is in working order. It had the limited slip differential, which was a great feature for better traction. Central locking system. It had the sport seats with the electric height adjustment. It had cruise control, had the electric sunroof, which works beautifully. The partial leather interior. Of course, it had Dunlop tires. Again, the car is guards red with black interior. So, getting into the exterior of the vehicle, as I mentioned before, I didn't think we could find a better example of a 944 Turbo than the last one that we sold. I do have to say that this has got to be one of the best conditioned exteriors we've ever had in the MS Classic Cars collection. Something from this generation, from 1980s. The exterior is absolutely beautiful. The body is super on the car. It doesn't have any dents or dings or anything like that. The paint has been recently detailed to a show quality shine. Again, all original paint. All of the black trim that's around the window, the mirrors, the bumpers in the back, the door handles, all of that is in excellent condition. All the glass is original and in beautiful condition as well. The car only has a few tiny pin-sized chips that are found on the front end. It does have one on the front of the hood. Nothing at all to be concerned about. Very common with a car that obviously has this kind of mileage, but I would say that they are extremely minimal and barely even noticeable. This is a paint job, once again, that appears like it's fresh and brand new, when indeed it's actually from 1986. Again, very impressive. Now, getting into the interior of this vehicle, I'm obviously 6 foot, 200 pounds. I'm sitting in this vehicle. I'm very, very comfortable in it. These are extremely sporty interiors. They're very spacious. If you've never been in one before, they're really quite awesome. The interior of this car is like sitting in a brand new vehicle. Looking at this sunroof cover here, the sun visors, all the rear pillars and everything, it is in new condition. The dash, the top of the dash here is flawless. There's no cracking. There's no signs of any age. You do have to keep in mind that this vehicle spent its entire life in California. It's never been driven in any type of bad weather. It was kept in a climate-controlled facility, so there's no oxidation anywhere. There's no sun bleaching. There's nothing like that, because, again, the original owner treated this car obviously like it was his child. So it's in impeccable condition. The dashboard is flawless. All of the hardware on the dash is flawless. The gauges, the cluster, the plastic, the shift knob, the center console, the seats, even the bolsters, which normally get a little bit worn as time goes on, even the bolsters are in beautiful condition. On the edge here, there's a slight difference in the color that you would see like on the passenger seat, just because that is the one side that you get in and out of. But again, I would say it's as flawless of an interior as you'll ever find. Everything in the interior is in working order. Again, we're going to go ahead and demonstrate that in our driving video that we're going to do after this video here. Talking about the engine compartment, I will go on record and say I've looked at literally hundreds of Porsche 944s, turbos, non-turbos over the years. I don't know, even some of the cars that I've seen that have had 3,000, 5,000, 10,000 miles on them have never looked as beautiful as what the engine compartment does in this particular car. I cannot, again, say how clean it is. There's no signs of any type of oxidation. There's no deterioration. Underneath the hood, even the hood insulation pads, everything is in the best absolute condition you will ever see. The window sticker here will document also all of the features that this car has. Obviously, the engine is a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder. It's a turbo. It was factory rated at 217 horsepower. This window sticker, he did remove his personal information that was on here, but even this window sticker is in beautiful condition. All the features that I mentioned earlier, even the outstanding gas mileage that this car got. Not many people understand that this car does have an external engine oil cooler. It also has an external transmission cooler, which is great. This engine runs beautiful. It's got ice cold air conditioning. It's coupled to the 5-speed transmission, which shifts beautifully. I can't emphasize enough how well this car feels when you're driving it. And again, that limited slip differential in the back really keeps the tires planted to the pavement. So again, this is the original window sticker here, goes over all the original features. The undercarriage of this car is also super clean. Like the engine compartment, it retains all the factory paint marks. The engine compartment still has all the factory stickers. All of that stuff is intact. You can see in the undercarriage where the body color kind of fades in. That's the overspray. That is all factory correct underneath the car. Again, it's super clean. This car brakes really well. The suspension feels great. Everything about it is really great. Even in the rear area where the hatch is, the spare tires back there, the compartment that has the compressor and everything is back there. All of this information that I'm going over right now with you is included within our photo gallery, so please make sure to check it out. I think that's about it for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start this vehicle, let you listen how beautiful it runs. Please visit msclassiccars.com for a full description, over 200 photos. You'll have this different videos there and so forth. We appreciate you watching. I'm going to go ahead and start it. This thing fires right up, comes right down to idle. It absolutely purrs like a kitten. We look forward to doing the next couple videos for you. Thanks for watching.